My name is Molino Binywasiki. I'm a doctor at Equity Afya Kiambu. I'm trying to solve the information that you need to know about lifestyle diseases. Yeah, they are a problem all over. They're a problem in Nairobi. They're a problem here in Kiambu. They're a problem in Kenya. They're a problem in East Africa. They're a problem in the world. But the challenge is that the information is sometimes not easily breakable. So I'm trying to break that information down for you to understand how to prevent lifestyle diseases. So the basics are, we're going to look at the energy expenditure. The problem with lifestyle diseases is how we spend our energy. Failure to know how to spend our energy, how the body spends energy, is the reason we accumulate fats, we grow overweight, and then that complicates as lifestyle diseases. The components of energy expenditure in man are three. There are three basic components of energy expenditure. So we grow overweight because we don't understand how we spend the energy we take in through food. And the first component is what they call the basal metabolic rate. The basal metabolic rate. The second component is what is called the thermogenic effect. And then the third component is the physical activity. Yeah, this is how we use the energy we take in when we are taking lunch, when we are taking supper, when you are taking breakfast. That food you take in accumulates energy in your body, and that energy is spending in these three parameters. So we are going to go one by one. So the first one is the basal metabolic rate. What is basal metabolic rate, which can also be summarized as BMR? Basal metabolic rate is the energy you need to maintain the basic physiological function. This is the energy you need not to die. With this energy, you might fail to perform some activities, but you won't die if you have this energy. And this energy, because why? Because this energy maintains the activity of the heart, maintains the activity of the brain, maintains the ion transport between muscles. That's why you can change ion transport. It maintains respiration, breathing, keeping you alive. It maintains your kidney functions. It maintains simple molecule synthesis. So this energy that maintains only this energy cannot help you to run. So that energy is called the basal metabolic rate. So basal metabolic rates values are known. They have been calculated. There's evidence of these calculations. So in healthy males, the basal metabolic rate is 40 kilocalories. Kilocalories, kilocalories is the measure. This is the SI unit of the what? Of the basal metabolic rate. This is the energy you get when you eat food. So it is measured into what? Kilocalories, or it can be also abbreviated as capital C. Capital C. So each food has got certain amount of kilocalories it is giving you. So when you eat, so in males, they need 40 kilocalories per hour. According to their what? According to their surface area. So male have got a larger surface area than female. So in 24 hours, if you need 40 kilocalories per hour, in 24 hours, a man needs 1,800 kilocalories. Now, this is very important because to make you to see where we're going, if we see the amount of kilocalories you get when you in 1 kilogram of maize, if you eat ugali in 24 hours, that is equivalent for 1 kilogram, you're going to have 3,400 kilocalories. We are saying that maize, 1 kilogram of ugali will give you 3,400 calories. The basal metabolic rate you need the energy you need to maintain your heart, your brain, your ion transport, your respiration, your kidney, and the synthesis of small molecules is 1,800 calories. You understand? So that is almost half what you get from 1 kilogram of maize. You're beginning to calculate now how we spend the energy we take in. You take in 1 kilogram of ugali, that means in 3 meals in 24 hours. Breakfast, lunch, supper, 1 kilogram of ugali will give you only ugali, not considering the protein, the meat, the fats you have taken, only the carbohydrates, the ugali. It will give you 3,400 calories. So for you to maintain your heart, the basic physiological functions to go on, after taking 1 kilogram, that is 3,400, your body will subtract 1,800. So now you can see the balance you are remaining with. I don't know what you think, but which sex in the population, which sex is more obese? Are they the females or the males? So according to basal metabolic rate, the females will need 37 kilocalories in what? In a 1 hour. Then in 24 hours, they will need 1,400. That means females spend little. Females spend little than what they take in. You understand? Why? It's because of the lean body mass effect. The lean body mass effect. The lean body mass effect is equal to the weight minus the triglycerides. These are the fats you have. So female generally have more fat deposit than muscle. Men have more muscle than fat deposit. So the basal metabolic rate is gotten mostly from the what? The muscle part of it. So your body uses your muscle more than it uses the energy that is coming from what? From the fat component. So that's the reason females need little. It's because for them they have more fat deposit. So the lean body mass of females is different from that what? Of men. Now, what's the application? Why are we studying all this? We are saying that this information, we can use it in diagnosing conditions like hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism, where the body metabolic rate is high. You know, someone is sweating, someone is increasing in weight, the eyes as if they have dilated. So because the basal metabolic rate in hyperthyroidism is high. Why? Because there is going to be loss of weight. Since the energy you're using is too much, you're going to lose weight. So the person with hyperthyroidism will lose weight. The person with hypothyroidism, that is hormones are low, will gain weight. So one of the reasons some people might gain weight is because they have got this pathology. Their thyroid gland is not working well. So you'll find that if it is low, if it is producing the level of hormones is releasing a low, that person is going to gain weight. Is going to increase weight. If the level of hormone is releasing a high, that person is going to lose weight. So, but this is a pathology. That doesn't happen in normal person. But this basal metabolic rate can help us diagnose this. When we measure the basal metabolic rate, and if you're a man and it's more than this, then it means your thyroid might have a problem. If you're a female and it's less or more than this, your thyroid might have a problem. And then the second reason for applying this is, and this is the reason we are doing this presentation, is to help you plan your diet. The information about basal metabolic rate helps in diet planning, as we shall see. Now we come to the second component of energy expenditure, and by far this is the most important. This is the little known of. There are few people who know about this. Many people know about gym, but they don't know about this. You know, gym is in the physical activity. We shall look at physical activity. But many people think losing weight is about going to the gym. Now, this is the reason why losing weight is not about going to the gym. If you go to the gym, the weight you have lost in the gym, you regain it because of this. So now this is still the reason some people might wonder why some people overeat. You might think that some people overeat, but they don't gain weight. Why? Yet some people, you might think that some people don't overeat, but they gain weight all the time. It's because of the thermogenic effect. Now, what's the thermogenic effect? Thermogenic effect is the energy expenditure in digestion, absorption, storage, and subsequent processing of food. The food you eat when you are having your meal at your table, supper, lunch, or breakfast, when the food enters the mouth, digestion starts. Now that process uses energy. That process requires energy. That process generates energy. And that energy is called, that energy that is needed in processing and in digestion, absorption, storage, and subsequent processing of that food is called the thermogenic effect. It causes the thermogenic effect. Now, how? The energy you need to process your food is too much, especially depending on the type of food you are processing. Proteins, carbohydrates, fats have got different thermogenic effects. Now that energy that is required and generated in the food you are eating is subtracted from the energy you have taken in. And different types of food have got different amount of energy. We say, for example, we come to our reference. We say if you are eating maize will give you 3,400 calories. So when you are chewing anything to do with maize, ugali, anything that is a product of maize, pancake, when you are chewing, that maize requires some energy to break down. And so the energy that is broken down during maize is subtracted from this energy you are taking in. So if you have taken in 3,400 calories of energy through the ugali you have eaten. So the question is, how much was subtracted and how much did you retain? How much is going to be used for the basal metabolic effect and how much is going to be stored? So the more the thermogenic effect of a food, the more you maintain healthy weight. I repeat, the more the thermogenic effect of your food, of your diet, of your meal, the more you're not going to store, the more you're not going to increase weight. What does that mean? It means that thermogenic effect of foods is different. How much? By how much? Proteins, the intake, the thermogenic effect of proteins, that means the amount of energy they are going to subtract from the food you have eaten. If those foods are proteins, if you have got a meal with ugali, that is maize, with chicken, with vegetables, and then with fruits, maybe mango. Now that meal, the amount of chicken you have eaten is the protein. Protein is from the chicken. So the amount of protein is going to contribute energy. You understand? To break down the food. So how is it going to contribute? It's going to contribute 20 to 30% of energy, of the energy you are taking in to break down that food. So what does that mean? That means if you are eating maize, this is ugali. So if you have taken in maize, if for example someone takes in maize alone the whole day for 24 hours, some people take in one type of food. If someone takes in maize worth 1 kilogram, it will contribute 3,400 calories. So if that person has taken maize and any protein, maybe beans, maybe chicken, or meat, if you have taken in maize, ugali, and chicken, ugali and maize, so the protein or at your meal will deduct 30% of this energy. That means the thermogenic effect, if you have eaten ugali plus meat, so the thermogenic effect will be, thermogenic Peter will be 30% of this energy. Now let's only consider only the maize, the energy in maize. Let us first ignore the energy that meat contributes. So how much is the protein going to deduct from the energy? So 3,400 times 30 divided by 100. So this means we have 340 times 3. If you eat maize with ugali, for example, if you ate 1 kilogram of maize in 24 hours, it will give you 3,400 kilocalories. So when you deduct the effect of the protein on your meal, so the protein will deduct 1,020 calories. That means 3,400 minus 1,020 calories. So if in 24 hours you ate, that means from breakfast, lunch, and supper, you ate 1 kilogram of worth of maize. It can be in pancakes, it can be in ugali, anything, a product of maize. You're going to have 3,400 calories. Therefore, the thermogenic effect, if you accompanied that maize with protein, for example, meat. If you ate meat in the day, in the 24 hours, that meat is going to deduct 30% from the energy you took in from the carbohydrates. Now, if we calculate 30% of 3,400, 30% of 3,400 will give you 1,020 calories. These are the amount of calories that the protein is going to save you from. The protein you are eating at your meal, at your table, is saving you. It is preventing you from storing energy as fats. It is preventing you from growing overweight. How? It is saving you. If you take in 1 kilogram of maize, in 24 hours, it will save you for 1,020 calories. So when we subtract, you realize that we remain with 2,380. The 3,400 calories total out of 1 kilogram minus the thermogenic effect, the energy that the protein is going to require to break down. It means that protein is required to break down energy. Therefore, they help you spend the energy you have taken in other foods. When you take in food without a protein, you are at a risk of retaining almost everything you have taken in. So therefore, the principle of thermogenic effect requires that you eat all types of food, proteins being much. Why? Because they will help you break down the energy, and therefore you will have nothing to store, therefore you won't grow overweight. Now the fats, look at the thermogenic effects of fat. It's 2.5, it's very low. Look at the thermogenic effects of carbohydrates, it's 5 to 6, it's very low. When you eat carbohydrates alone, when you take a snack of mandazi, chapati, you will take in all the energy, almost all the energy will be in your body. So you are at higher risk of storing that energy as fat. Therefore, you're going to increase weight. Therefore, the reason why people who overeat, you might find that someone is overeating, but may not gain weight, is because that person, proteins are more when you look at his or her meals. When proteins are more, the body will require a lot of energy to break down the proteins. Therefore, the body will spend more energy to process that food that has more protein. Okay, so now we come to the third and last component of energy expenditure. This is the reason why people, although they go to gyms, although they are always running, although they are always playing football, they don't lose as much as they think they would have lost. It's because of the energy expended in physical activity. Physical activity, first of all, it's the largest variable affecting energy expenditure, meaning there are many activities to do that can help you to lose weight. To spend your energy. However, the energy that is spent while being active is overemphasized according to the real calculations. That energy is not as much as you think. Thermogenic effect takes care of more energy than physical activity. That's what I want you to learn from this lesson. That is the thermogenic effect. Sitting down, you can maintain your weight when you serve your meal. When you're at a high table, you are serving yourself. You are supposed to use that period to maintain your weight. Don't take in anything. Don't just put anything on your plate and then you wait for physical activity to reduce your weight. No. Physical activity won't do as much as you think. Why? It's because the energy expended at different times of activity is different. For example, we have when you are sedentary. There is work when you are sedentary. You are doing work as you are sitting down. When you are doing work as you are sitting down, you are losing the energy that you are going to need to spend, the energy that you are going to use to work, and that energy is going to be subtracted from the food you ate, from the energy generated from the food you ate, is going to be 30 plus. You add 30 calories in addition to 40% of what? Of basal metabolic rate. That means, for example, we are saying that the basal metabolic rate for females in the day, healthy females, need 1,400 calories to stay alive. So 40% is 1,400 times 40 divided by 100. So this will give us 140 times 4, which will give us, okay, so someone who is sedentary, someone who is doing work as sitting down, he or she is sitting down, that person needs only 560 plus 30, which will give us, so work while you are sitting down will need only 590 calories. Now just imagine you just took in a kilogram, in 24 hours you took in a kilogram of maize as part of your, whole diet. We have not considered the protein, we have not considered the vitamins, we have not considered the fats. So that, and then you work, you are seated on the computer. All the time you are at the computer, you are doing work while sitting. You will need 590 calories to do that work only. So when you subtract 590 from 3,400 calories, you still have a lot. You still have 3,000 remaining. Do you understand? So physical activity is overrated according to the biochemistry of spending energy. When we come to the moderate workers, they are seated on the computer, they are moving up and down, maybe they are bankers, then they organize the line. You sit as you walk moderately, not much, you are not sweating, but you do walk. Your expenditure is 40, it has increased. This one who is seated is 30, yours is 40 plus 50% of basal metabolic rate. So if you are a female, basal metabolic rate is 1,400. So half, 50% will give you 700 plus 40. That will give you 740 calories. So a female who sits and walks at the same time but doesn't sweat needs only 740. But now if you consider our maize, if in 24 hours, breakfast, supper, and lunch and supper, you ate maize worth 1 kilogram. Those 3 meals divided. So you're going to get 3,400 calories. So 3,400 calories minus 740. You still have a lot. You still have over 2,000 calories. You understand? Yet we say the thermogenic effect is going to deduct 30% of what you have taken in, of the total intake. The thermogenic effect still makes a loss. It's the reason people are not overweight. Otherwise, had it been for the thermogenic effect, most people would be overweight. So we are not overweight because the protein we take in reduces the energy that we take in. When you take in food without protein, you are risking storing everything you have taken in. So snacks that are carbohydrates, mandazi, chapati only, at lunchtime for you eat chapati only, you're going to retain almost everything you have taken in. If for you eat mandazi only, you eat chips, you go into a restaurant and you ask for only chips, half kilo of chips, you're going to retain almost everything. But if you add beans with your chapati, beans are going to help you break down the energy. So you're not going to take in as much as the person who ate chapati alone. That's what the thermogenic effect means. We come to energy, physical activity number 3, heavy worker. These are the real hustlers. They are sweating, they are walking, they have jerry cans, they have this, they are sweating, they are always taking in water. They spend 50, now it as you can realize, you're adding 10. So they spend 50 calories plus 60% of their basal metabolic need. They're going to spend a little bit more than the what? Those who are seated and working, or those who are seated. Now, if we look at the activities in details, physical activity versus the calories. The person who is sleeping, first of all, basal metabolic rate is different from sleeping. We say the energy that keeps you alive is called basal metabolic rate. That energy is not the same as the energy you need to sleep. You need more energy, you need some energy to sleep. If you don't have energy, you won't sleep. Sleeping needs energy. And how much is that? It's 65. So when you are sleeping, you spend 65. If you're going to sleep the whole day, per hour, you're going to spend 65 calories of what you took in. If you are awake and lying still, if you are awake, you're not sleeping. All the time you are lying still, you are there on your bed, rotating, you're going to spend 77 calories per hour. If you are sitting at rest, you're going to spend 100 calories. So lying on the bed, but still is 77. Sitting is more energy, is 100. If you are walking slowly, now this comes to people who always walk in the evening. Most of them realize that they are not losing as much as they think they should lose. It's because we're walking 2.6 miles per hour. 2.6 miles per hour will only help you lose 200 calories. You took in 3,400. You're going to lose only 200. You still have more than 3,000. So you shouldn't depend on walking in the evening to lose your weight. You should depend on how you arrange which type of food on your plate to lose your weight. We lose weight when we serve ourselves. We don't lose weight when we work. We lose weight, real weight, when we are serving ourselves. Or we gain weight when we serve ourselves. So you're going to gain weight according to how you serve yourself. If your plate is full of only carbohydrates, you're going to gain weight. If your plate has both carbohydrates and proteins, a good number of proteins, you're going to lose weight or maintain a normal weight. However much you will eat. That's the reason people overeat, but they have eaten both carbohydrates and a large portion of protein. So they are going to maintain their weight. You're going to think you are depend on them. They are overeating. You want increase in weight, but for them, they eat more proteins than carbohydrates. we come to standing and relax. Standing, relax. If you stand, you realize sleeping, lying, sitting, walking. Now standing, relaxed, you're going to spend 105. For you spend all the time standing in one place, you will spend little than the person who is walking, 105. But we are saying still, it is still little because you have taken in 3,400 from carbohydrates alone. So 3,400 from carbohydrates alone minus 105 standing per hour. Every hour you stand, you deduct that. Now swimming, this is very important. Swimming, by far all the activities here, swimming has got the highest. It is 500. It means instead of walking in the evening, you are walking from here to, you are walking miles, and it's hard to walk, by the way. They don't even walk a lot of miles. Instead of walking, go and swim. Because swimming will help you lose 500 calories per hour. Walking, you will need to walk 2.6 miles. 2.6. These are not kilometers. These are miles. A mile is more than a kilometer. 2.6 miles to lose 200. You need to walk a lot to lose little. When you swim for 1 hour, you are losing 500. Why? Because swimming uses all the parts of the body. So every part of the body is what? Is taking in energy. So you rather swim than walk in the evening. Lastly, walking upstairs rapidly. When you walk upstairs rapidly, you are spending 110 calories per hour. Walking upstairs rapidly per hour. It therefore means walking upstairs per hour is more than sitting at rest. If you have a lift, if your workplace has got a lift, rather use the what? The stairs than using the lift. Because in the lift you are going to be standing, and standing is 105. But in walking, you're going to be losing at least 110. It's more than what? Standing. So, at the end of all this, we are saying that you need to learn to take a balanced diet. These three energy expenditures we have seen are the basal metabolic rate, the thermogenic effect, and the physical activity, mean that you will need to eat a balanced diet to stay healthy. Now, in summary, what is a balanced diet? A balanced diet in a layman's language is a diet with 4 types of foods. Number 1, proteins. Number 2, vitamins. Number 3, fats and carbohydrates. Every time you have a plate, make sure there are those 4 types of food. You have a protein, you have a carbohydrate, you have a fat, you have and a vitamin. Vitamins, you get them from fruits. Every time you eat, have fruits on your table. Proteins, you get them from foods like fish, from foods like chicken, beans, those most of the cereals, they give you proteins. And then the carbohydrates, you get them in foods like rice, maize. Now let us look at how much other foods contribute in your energy expenditure. We said maize is almost high, the highest, 3,400. Brown bread, it is 1,750. It is lesser than what? If you eat bread, you are consuming in lesser energy than ugali. If you eat bread, you are consuming in lesser energy. So if you take in 1 kilogram of bread in 24 hours, this big bread we normally buy in supermarkets has got 1,500 grams. That is 1 kilogram and a half. So if you take almost half of it, you're going to take in 1,750. If you take in rice contributes lesser calories compared to what? To maize. So if you're losing weight, if you really want to lose weight, better eat rice. Better eat rice than maize, because maize ugali is giving you 2 times more than rice. So if you want to lose weight, eat rice often. In a week, eat rice 5 times as part of the carbohydrate portion of your meal. We say the balanced diet has 4. So the carbohydrate portion should have rice. Eggs. Let us look now at the proteins. The eggs of a duck, 1 kilogram, will give you 1,800. It is lesser than what? Than the maize. So if you want not to gain weight, eat proteins, eat eggs. Well, let your meal have eggs. Instead of eating bread and blue band. Blue band is fat. Eat bread and eggs. The eggs are going to contribute lesser energy. Secondly, they are going to help break the energy you are taking in on bread because they are going to provide the thermogenic effect. Eggs have got greater thermogenic effect than what? Than fat. Chicken contributes 1,100. You understand? It's still lesser than what? Than maize. You see? So proteins contribute to lesser energy, yet they need more energy to break. Therefore, they will help you lose weight. Meat contributes 1,150 calories per kilogram. It is lesser than what? Than maize. Sweet potatoes, they contribute 1,150. They are lesser, a little bit lesser. Bananas. Now, as we go to the fruits, you realize the energy completely goes down. Bananas, 900, 711. Jackfruits, these are fruits, 900. Beans, sprout, they will contribute 310. Broccoli will contribute 330. So the take home here is that as you go to proteins, then to fruits, the spectrum reduces, the number of calories reduces. So for a person who wants to stay healthy, not to gain weight, will have to make sure that his plate has got more proteins. Because the proteins, they have little energy and they're going to help break. They're hard to break, so therefore they will need more energy. They will help break this energy you take in from the maize. 2, you will have you always have fruits, because fruits have got nutrients that you need in your body. Secondly, they contribute little energy. Therefore, if you don't have time to eat, instead of eating a snack of chips alone, eat 2 eggs. If instead of eating 2 chapati, eat a piece of chicken. That will give you little energy and it has the highest thermogenic effect. And then lastly, all this, if not followed, if you're not aware of this, you're going to be obese. You're going to accumulate a lot of fats, and your body mass index is going to increase. Body mass index is a ratio of how much weight your height can carry. And we calculate it when you come to the clinic. You calculate body mass index, use your weight over your height squared. That's how we calculate. And then that one will give you how much obese you are. And when you are obese, when you have got more fats, you are at high risk of the lifestyle diseases. And that's the topic of, and that's the title of this presentation. And the lifestyle diseases are, among them, you're going to get hypertension. You're going to get, that is blood pressure, high blood pressure. You're going to get coronary heart disease. Your heart is going to begin having issues. It's going to fail with time. You're going to get insulin resistance, diabetes. Your pancreas will fail to either produce enough insulin or will produce insulin that cannot work, that cannot take in glucose. Therefore, the amount of glucose in your blood will be high, but your cells don't have glucose. So you are diabetic. You're going to get atherosclerosis. You're going to get a lot of fats in your veins, in your arteries. And then finally, you're going to get high risk of cancer. So we are saying that how we spend our energy determines our health. And how we spend our energy is dictated by 3 components. Number 1, the basal metabolic rate, which is the energy you need for your heart, your brain to stay alive. 2, the thermogenic effect, which is the energy that the protein that each food contributes and each food needs to break down. So the more the food needs a lot of energy to break down, that food is safer for you. That food is keeping you safe. That's the reason most people are not overweight, because they eat more proteins, which has more thermogenic effect. And then number 3, we are saying the physical activity. We have said physical activity is overrated. When you walk for 2.6 miles, you only lose 200 calories per hour. And there are few people who can walk for 2.6 miles. Even the people who go to the gyms, the meals in the gym where people run, most of them are set at 12 kilometers per hour when you set it. 12 kilometers per hour. But according to experts in the gym, they say people who have not been doing exercise can only run for 10 minutes. If you go to the mirror and set this speed, you will only run for 10 minutes. You want do more hours. So at the best, if you're not being fit, the best you can lose, the highest you can lose in a gym is 200 calories. You don't lose much in the gym. You have to keep redoing it all the time. So it's better you concentrate on the amount, on what you arrange on your food. Arrange more protein on your food than carbohydrates. And that's where we're going to end, showing you what an ideal diet should be. For example, this is bread. This is carbohydrates. This is bread. This is carbohydrates. This is a sausage. This is a protein. This is a tomato. You might say we are dealing with vitamins, and a banana. This banana is not a fruit. Banana is a carbohydrate. You understand? So banana, bread is the same thing. So this person has only provided just a small piece of sausage as his or her thermogenic effect. Because we said banana, carbohydrate just need 5% to break. But this protein needs 30% of the total. So if you have more protein, this meal is deficient, it is lacking. You should have more sausages than this bread or banana. Instead of a banana, add more sausage so that you have more protein. Another example is this meal. Now this one is try to follow balanced diet. We have vegetables, we have carbohydrates, and we have proteins. This one is a little bit fair. Yes, because the protein is quite a lot. So this protein here, his body is going to use this protein to break down this carbohydrate. Therefore, this person is going to gain less energy. This person has lower chances of being overweight. If he eats like this, and this is the idea behind the dividing of plates. These plates that are divided, they're trying to give you an idea of what? Of a balanced diet. But now, still there's a problem here. Although he has tried, there's a problem because this bigger region is supposed to be occupied by protein, not carbohydrate. So these beans are supposed to fill here, and these carbohydrates here. You don't squeeze them there. No, you just put enough. You don't squeeze them here. So beans, more beans here, then vegetables, then chapatis here. Then that is a diet that respects thermogenic effect, and you're going to be healthy. Another example is this jug. If for you're trying to save money, or you don't have money, or you're trying to save, you have a wedding, every time you are eating this, you are eating only carbohydrates. And we said sweet potatoes, they contribute 1,150. So the thermogenic effect in sweet potatoes is only 5%. You need, so the energy, almost all the energy you have taken in is going to be retained. And if you are the kind that is sedentary, you see, is sedentary, so it means you are going to even retain more. So this one shouldn't be your snack. We come to this. This is a fair meal. The proteins are there, the vegetables are there, the carbohydrates are there. the proportion of the proteins is a little bit more. At least this one is fair. This is a fair meal. This is a meal that will keep you healthy. So every time you eat, you make sure that your plate is like this. You will be healthy. We come to our hustlers. The hustlers, this is our meal. Chapati only. Breakfast, chapati and tea. Lunch, chapati and tea. You're going to retain all of this. You're going to retain all this. You don't have any protein to break down this. So you just need 5% to break down this. If you added a protein, for example, if you had 5 sausages on this, the sausages are going to break 30% of this. So you're not going to save, you're not going to increase in weight. This one, this is a fair meal. It has got quite a number, it's a heap of proteins. Maybe it's meat, yes. It has got the vegetables, it has got the ugali. For ugali eaters, this is how your meal, this is the idea you should have, so that you have more protein to break down the carbohydrate. Because this one, you're not worried. This one is going to give you nutrients, so it doesn't contribute to almost anything. So this one is the problem. So, and you look at the proportion. Balanced diet has got the 4 types of food in appropriate proportions. So this is the right proportion you should aim for. That the ugali, don't eat the whole plate ugali or plate full of ugali. Someone has 2 plates. One plate has got only ugali, another plate has got maybe cabbage. That's a poor diet. You're going to retain all the ugali you have eaten. So this is an ideal. And then lastly, this one is even a better ideal. The protein is a fish. It is big. You see, the fish, the bones, all that. You can swallow this, no problem, because it's part of the protein. You look at the carbohydrates, there are only 3 slices. It has got vegetables, quite a lot, and then these ones. I think these are beans. So this is the ideal. You are doing well, because you're going to take in more protein. If these are beans and this is fish, this is the best. You are taking more protein. You'll feel satisfied. Okay, after some little time, you feel hungry because you've taken little carbohydrates, but your body is not going to retain, because this one will need more energy to break, because you have got 2 types of proteins. So almost the energy you have taken in with carbohydrate is going to be used to break down the what? The fat, the proteins. And then the vitamin are going to give you the nutrients. For the snacks, we are saying a better snack is this. If you do not have money, buy sausages, because they've got protein. They're going even to help you to reduce the risk of having ulcers, because in your stomach, there's an enzyme called pepsin that breaks proteins. So if you don't eat at lunchtime because you are busy, that enzyme is released. And if it finds that your walls don't have enough mucus, that enzyme is going to attack your wall and dig. That's how you're going to get a wound. So if anything you don't have time to eat, just eat a protein snack, because the enzyme pepsin is going to concentrate on the what? On the protein, and will spare the walls. That's how you're not going to get ulcer. But if you eat chapati as your snack, the enzyme is not going to have any protein to break. Therefore, you're going to end up with another lifestyle disease. Okay, so we have seen the reason why you might not increase in weight although you are overeating. We have also seen the reason why you will increase in weight because you don't care about your diet. We are also gotten the reason why you will not lose weight although you are walking every day. So if you have any question about this presentation, or if you would like to learn more, you can find us at iQuity Afya Kiambu. We are found located at Pongezi Plaza, just next to Clean Chef. Thank you very much.